Hey everybody, welcome back to the Spiral Podcast. Today's the podcast where I just grade Ohio State's performance. And last week we played at Michigan State and a 38-7 win. So I'm just gonna grade each group that I think really accounts for winning or losing a game. So that's like offense, defense, special teams, and coaching. And then I'll just give an overall grade of the team on how we did. So let's start it with the offense, and I'm going to give the offense an A. You know, Will Howard had 244 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. He did have an interception as well, so, you know, that's not that great. And then a rushing touchdown as well. So, really 3 touchdowns to 1 pick. We had a total of 188 rushing yards. Jeremiah Smith had a rushing touchdown while Quinshawn and Travion didn't, which is kind of funny, but, you know, a rushing touchdown is a rushing touchdown, you know, so that's good, I guess. And then Jeremiah Smith also had an incredible drive with 2 one-handed catches that looked insane. And then one of them was actually a touchdown as well towards the end of the half, so that was really cool to see. And Emeka Egbuka had a great game as well. He had almost 100 yards and a touchdown. I think we looked very efficient overall. We played how we needed to in order to beat Michigan State, so I think offense gets an A. Like, they looked great. I don't know what else. Like, we didn't make too many mistakes besides the interception. And, yeah, we scored a lot. So, offense gets an A. For the defense, I'm going to give them a B-. We led up 167 passing yards to Jordan Childs. He had a passing touchdown as well. But he also had an interception. So, you know, that's also good. They only had 48 rushing yards, which is kind of nice to see. And no rushing touchdowns. So in that regard, they did pretty well. They also forced 2 fumbles, so that's nice. However, I think it seemed better on paper than it actually was. In the second half, I think we did better, but the first half was a little rough. Cody Simon came in with a big 4th down stop to end their drive, and they were kind of cooking us on that drive. And then, the fumbles and interceptions just were drive killers. I mean, it looked like they were playing great. Not great, but they were playing good. And, our guys just didn't, we just made a few big plays that really hurt them in the end. So, I think the defense, because of the turnovers, like, they still get a B-, which isn't bad, per se. But, like, it could have been a lot worse without those. So, defense was a little sketchy to me, but in the end, they got it done. So, that's really all that matters. And also they only gave up 7 points, so you can't really criticize them that much, but it could have been way different. And if you were watching the game, you probably saw that as well. For the special teams, I'm gonna give them a B, just because, they didn't do anything bad. Like, it was way better than last week's game against Marshall, where he kicked it out of bounds 3 times. But special teams, like, as long as you just do your job, you're going to get a decent grade, like a B. And plus, we made a field goal from 30 yards away, so that might boost up the grade a little bit. And special teams is special teams, so, yeah, they get a B. And then for the coaching, I'm going to give them a B as well. I think the offense had yet again a great scheme. Chip Kelly might be one of my favorite additions to this team so far. He just adds something to the offense that we really haven't seen, like, in a long, long time. So, I just think his scheme is great. He gets everybody involved, like I've said before. It's just so, he just has so many unique ways to spread the ball. I think that's what I like so much, He spreads it out for screens. He just has, and he can do a normal screen, but he can also do new ways to make screens, or make a screen better or something. It's just insane. Like, if you just watch the offense and pay attention, there's so many plays, fake handoffs, pitches, fake pitches, quick screens or slants down the middle, blocking. Like, everything is just unique from what we've seen before. And I think it's really helping the offense. So, in that respect, I think the coaching is great. Offense was precise, efficient, everything you want from them. The defensive scheme wasn't very good in the first half. I just think the coverage almost had too many holes. And the holes weren't too big. Like, it just comes down to they were fitting the ball into the one little spot that we couldn't really guard as well as maybe we should have. and they were just exploiting that. It just seemed like they were hitting those holes every time. And that's why they really were doing pretty well in the first half. I mean, it's hard to say pretty well when they only scored 7 points, but I mean, they were doing good against us. And I think our defensive coordinator, Jim Knowles, he saw that, and then he changed at halftime. He started trying to fix those holes. He kind of stopped Childs from really being able to exploit them as much as he did. And I think, you can just tell that they adjusted at half. I mean, we really stepped up the second half. The run game wasn't great at all. I mean, passing game really slowed down. So, Jim Knowles being able to make that adjustment is huge. And it's good to see because it gives you more comfort as a fan. You should be able to see that. And then, if we get to a Michigan game or Iowa next week, somebody like that, then if they're beating us bad, then not badly, but if they're exploiting us, it's good to know that we're capable of making those switches at halftime or whenever it is to try and make our defense better. And then, obviously, he did the correct switches, and we just locked them down. So, coaching, I think, overall was pretty well. So that's why I give him a B. Could have been better if Jim Knowles just had a better scheme to start out with. And it wasn't a bad scheme. It just could have been better. So that's why they get a B. And then overall, I'm going to give them a B+. They played pretty well for their first conference game of the year. After those, I'm just going to say it, cupcake teams, it's good to see us actually play against a team people have heard of and also dominate them. So, there's definitely things to improve on before Iowa coming up next week, which is going to be a great game. Probably going to be a top 5 game, to be honest. So be sure to watch that one on Friday to see if I pick that one or not. But you just can't be too upset over a 38-7 road win. And I think a B+ is pretty fair for how they played in all aspects of the game. So that's my grading of Ohio State. Let me know down in the comments if you agree or disagree. And be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. It takes like 1 second. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. So, bye.